Terms of service. Not God, not the Bible, nor I am here to validate your feelings. Carry on. Marking time. That rings a bell for most of us from sometime in yesteryear during our early training and sometime throughout our dotted lines of our careers, through moving formations and mass movements during those awesome division level change of command ceremonies. Ah, the good old days. But there's a time and a place for marking time, just like there is for anything else. The past few years have left a lot of people marking time. In this digital crazy and tech savvy world we live in, terms of service, TOS, TOS, are as much a part of our lives as is our involvement with any digital device, app, or software agreement. According to Wikipedia, terms of service, also known as terms of use and terms of conditions, commonly abbreviated as TOS, TOS, are the legal agreements between a service provider and a person who wants to use that service. The person must agree to abide by the terms of service in order to use the offered service. But that's not really the terms of service that I'm referring to here. Or perhaps in a manner of speaking, I'm talking about the terms of our service. What do I mean by that? Easy. Well, wait a minute. Are you one of those people that believes that you were randomly born into this world and everything just kind of happens at an ever random and haphazardly cosmic pace? What? The world's mean and never gave you anything, so you don't owe anybody anything? I think I'm starting to get a clearer picture of where you're coming from. I used to feel that way too, but it never really got me anywhere. Yeah, sure, I can relate. What? No, I don't feel the same way. Why? Before I go any further, please realize and understand that this is in no way, shape, or form an attack on non-Christians, merely an attempt to illustrate the difference between living in the dark and living in the light. I used to think of my service as something uniquely my own, but that wasn't exactly true. Experiences may have been mine. However, every single one of us has different experiences along the same journey. Those who choose to don the uniform of a United States service member. Terms of service. It's a cliche that we've come to know all too well in today's digital world. They're terms of service, the fine print attached to almost every facet of public life. Warfighter culture is no different. Regardless of which corner of America we hail from, when we join together in the spirit of patriotism and service to something greater than ourselves, we enter the spirit of enthusiasm with not a complete understanding of what our terms of service are exactly going to be. It's more like a loosely knit idea of patriotism donned in camouflage with the promise of an adventure of a lifetime. But it really is so much more than that. Besides the rules and regulations that controlled our daily lives, down to the minute in some cases, there are other forces that provide governance over different aspects of our morals, behaviors, and belief system overall. Recently, the American civilian populace has come up with what they think is a new term called quiet quitting. Ah yes, back to Wikipedia. Wikipedia says quiet quitting is a term and trend that emerged in mid-2022 from a viral TikTok video. The philosophy of quiet quitting is not abruptly leaving a job, but doing exactly what the job requires, no more, no less. 1. The main objective of this mindset is to avoid occupational burnout and paying more attention to one's mental health and personal well-being. 2. You know, it's really cute sometimes how they think they have an original idea, isn't it? Crazy kids. Yeah, in the military, we have a name for that. It's called shamming. In the military, regardless of branch, you can be a sham artist, a sham specialist, and you can even sham on and sham off. You might even one day have a sham wow moment whereby you think of a new way of shamming whilst at the same time currently shamming. And if you do it so well that people don't even question why you're not there, you might even achieve Samurai status. Now let me tell you why I think it's okay that our military members do this from time to time. Because with less than 0.5% of the entire nation of our country actually serving and providing you the opportunity to climb all the way to the top of your ivory freedom tower here in America and dare to complain that work is hard, or pretty much any other first world problem you can think of. Look, we showed up. We showed up for the last 20 years. Where have you been, America? While we were away making sure that unspeakable evils never crept up to our shores, you were supposed to be maintaining, voting, taking care of things here at home. Well, were you? Or were you quibbling about the smallest of things? How your latte wasn't hot enough, or how the internet didn't work as well from mommy's basement? America's only the best country in the world because of one thing, and it certainly wasn't you. You enjoy the freedoms provided to you, yet question us every step of the way. Veterans are vilified even by the current commander-in-chief and left homeless on the streets of America by the tens of thousands, while other countries benefit from our not-so-bountiful coffers. When you see dark-looking weapons on your television or camouflage of any kind, it seems to harm your fragile sensibilities. While I can't comprehend why that is, I fully understand why you are on that side of the screen. Roger? And for those of you who dare to still have the arrogance to tell a veteran that no one held a gun to their head to make them volunteer or enlist, well, you'd be right. And you're welcome. The price of freedom is eternal vigilance. America is earned. Have you earned it? You'd better get it together before things start to really fall apart. In case you haven't read the end of the book, which I would highly recommend, things are going to get a whole lot more dicey between now and then. So all these little things that you're allowing to stop you in life from moving forward and finding the true joy, let them go. So what are your terms of service? If it doesn't involve a blank check, then get back to work, stop complaining, because if serving is beneath you, then leadership is most definitely beyond you. If you're old enough to be hearing this and you live with your parents, know this: love them or hate them, one day they won't be there anymore to facilitate your lifestyle, as it were. So unless you've been willing to sham and pay for that potentially with your own blood, then get your tails back to work before your feelings really get hurt by not getting a paycheck. The Bible tells us here in 2 Thessalonians 3:10, "For even when we were with you, we would give you this command: if anyone is not willing to work, let him not eat."
We're cleared hot at this time.
Boat Vet 6, this is Smoke Jumper 7. Roger that. Next mission, time now.